Hey, happy Friday, Facebook. It's Chris Welty here with Aragonite Technologies, Raleigh's #1 IT support company. So, you saw the headline. These guys are raking in over $200,000 a month. Who are these guys? They're cyber criminals. And their #1 moneymaker, ransomware. Now, a lot of people like to think about, they're not going to get hit with this stuff, but it's going crazy. At the beginning of the year, they predicted that the number of ransomware threats would double. Well, it's already more than done that, because these guys, these cyber criminals, are seeing these guys bringing in over $200,000 a month. That's not all of them combined either. That is just one of them. $200,000 a month. Starting to get the idea? Now, again, I still hear a lot of people say, well, we're not really worried about it and stuff, but really, everyone needs to be concerned about ransomware and these cyber criminals. It's no longer this nerdy guy living in his mom's basement trying to look cool. It's organized crime. It's well thought out, structured, put together businesses that are out here exploiting you and your company to make more money. Now, a lot of people, again, will say, well, we're a small business. They're not going to attack us. Guys, how much money does McDonald's bring in selling $4 cheeseburgers? They're not looking only to make like $100,000 in one shot. They don't care, because it's the aggregate of everything they do that brings them in all that revenue. Another thing to think about, the real data, not just what I'm saying. 1 in 5 small businesses will suffer a data breach this year. 81% of all breaches happen to small businesses. Why do you think that is? Because they know you're the low-hanging fruit. You don't have the budgets to put in all these crazy firewalls and protections, or at least you think you don't have the budgets, or you think you're not going to be a target, or whatever the case is. Now, 97% of all breaches could have been avoided with today's technology. 97%. Now, do you want to keep risking lining these cyber criminals' pockets with more money? Because the more money they make, guess what? The more people that's going to be motivated to keep perpetrating these types of crimes against us and our businesses, our livelihoods. You know what? I'm going to go ahead, since it's Friday, I'm in a good mood, I'm going to run a special. I'm going to put a link down below. We do have, well, let me back up just a second. 3 things that you can do that you need to, that are actually imperative to help protect yourself against, or at least allow you to recover in the case that you do get a ransomware attack. Number 1, backups. You need good, solid backups. And they need to be tested, because sometimes that ransomware could be in there for a while and they could be messing up your backups. Or there have been instances where the hackers have been inside the network for a while and already disabled the backups. But they were tricky about it, and they just turned off the actual data part of the backup. And so the backup was running, but just backing up the Windows files, not the data files. So the guys were getting this little email every day that says, check, backup ran successfully, but nobody checked to make sure that the data was there. So in addition to backups, you got to have a good firewall, guys. A business class firewall. None of this, Linksys thing that you bought at Staples. It's not good enough. The third, most important component here is advanced endpoint security. The antivirus we've been using for so long is no longer effective. It is pretty much absolutely, the ransomware makes it obsolete. They're not able to keep up fast enough with it to get the updates out in time. And by the time you have an infection, it can't clean it because everything's encrypted. So you need some sort of advanced endpoint security protection, next generation protection. We use a product called Sentinel-1 that has been proven to not just stop most ransomware, but if there is a ransomware infection and this product was installed prior to the infection getting loaded on the machine, it's actually able to undo all the changes, which is fantastic. So those are 3 quick things that you can do to help protect your business against ransomware. And as I started to say earlier, I kind of jumped the gun a little bit. We're going to go ahead and do a special since it's Friday for our advanced endpoint security product. I want to put a link below. $7 a month, guys. $7 a month per PC. Ultimate protection. Comes back with $1 million guarantee. You can't beat it, guys. Anyways, I'll be putting that together for you in a little bit. I'll be seeing you again tomorrow when we go live with our next tip. Everybody have a great weekend. Take care.